Doreen's app made its first $500 in under a month, almost entirely from people who already knew her, subscribers from her book, her existing audience. A good problem to have, but it raised an obvious question. What happens when you run out of people who already know you? That's what this video is about, how we built a front door for total strangers to find the app, and what happened when we put a little paid traffic behind it. I'm Bayo, a software engineer and children's book author. Let's get into it. Fast recap for anyone new. Doreen Pina self-published a children's book teaching Cape Verdean Creole. We turned it into an interactive app with an email sign-up built in. That got her over 300 subscribers in under a month with zero ad spend, then her first $500 once the full app launched. All of that came from people already connected to Doreen, her existing readers and list. Great start, but it's a ceiling. To grow past it, we needed a way to reach people who'd never heard of the book at all. Up to this point, the app itself was the only thing we were pointing people to. That's fine if someone already trusts you enough to download an app. But a cold stranger scrolling Facebook isn't going to do that on the first touch. So we built a landing page, conversationalcreole.repurposechildrensbooks.com. It's built to earn a little trust before it asks for anything. Near the top is a short video of Doreen herself. So before anyone's asked to do anything, they've already met the person behind the book. Something a Facebook ad alone can't deliver. Further down, the page backs that up with testimonial videos and written reviews from people who've already gone through the book or the app. We're not asking a stranger to take our word for it. Then comes the actual ask, a free beginner's guide to Creole in exchange for an email address. Low commitment, real value, nothing to buy. And once someone joins, they are not left waiting for us to remember that they exist. They are automatically dropped into an email sequence that keeps delivering value over the days that follow. More language tips, more of Doreen's stories before we ever introduce the app and paperback as the next steps. No hard sell, just here's where to go if this is for you. This is the same principle that worked inside the app, the email list, just moved one step earlier with more trust built in front of a colder audience. With the landing page live, we ran a Facebook campaign sending traffic to it. The targeting was straightforward. There's a global community of people with Cape Verdean heritage who didn't grow up speaking Creole fluently and want to reconnect with it. That's a real findable audience, and it's one Amazon's algorithm was never going to surface for a print book buried inside the language learning category. We could get specific in a way a print book never can. This wasn't a guess. We already had data from the mailing list and App Store sales telling us where her audience actually was. So we targeted the real Cape Verdean diaspora, Cape Verde itself, plus France, the UK, the Netherlands, Portugal, and the US. Now, we didn't get this right on the first try. Over about 3 weeks, we tested a handful of different ad variations, watched what people actually engage with, and dropped the ones that didn't work. The version that won was simple. It spoke directly to the exact frustration we led with on the landing page. Always wanted to speak Cape Verdean Creole, but didn't know where to start. For around $100 total spent across the whole testing period at a daily budget of $3, here's what the winning ad delivered on its own. A reach of over 60,000 people, over 160,000 views, 5,000 plus post engagements, and 1,000 plus visits to the landing page at a cost of 5 cents each. This is the part I want you to sit with if you've only ever sold through Amazon. With a print book, you are at the mercy of whoever happens to search for the right keyword. With an app and a landing page, for less than the cost of a few coffees, you can go find your audience directly, see exactly who's responding, and double down on what works. Here's how the campaign works. On MailerLite, we created a dedicated subscription group for those who sign up for the free guide. So when you fill the form on the website to get the free guide, you get subscribed to this group on MailerLite. And with that, we had almost 100 people sign up via the landing page. Now let me show you what this looks like on Doreen's dashboard, the one I built so she can see everything without touching any technical admin herself. Here's 1 month on its own, April, the month that we ran the Facebook ad. 19 purchases came through across the Apple App Store and Google Play, split almost evenly between the two. About 2/3 of those were for the full app, that is, people paying $19.99 to unlock all the models. The rest were single chapters. In summary, people bought in both directions, the whole thing and just a taste of it. Geographically, just over half came from the US, and the rest were spread across France, Portugal, the UK, the Netherlands, and Sweden, which lines up closely with where we were targeting the Facebook campaign. That's not something we can prove with full certainty, but it's the kind of pattern you only get to see because the data exists at all. And here's the number that actually answers, was this worth it? That whole 3-week Facebook ad testing process cost about $100. April's net proceeds alone came in around $179, and that's after Apple and Google had taken their commissions. What buyers actually paid was closer to $220. Not every one of those sales can be traced directly back to that one Facebook ad. Some came from the wider list and audience the page built, but the honest version is still a good one. For roughly $100 in a single month, this channel returned somewhere between $179 and $222. And here's the part that matters most if you're thinking about ad spend as a one-time cost. We did not run any new ads in May, none at all. But the leads from that campaign back in April were already moving through an automated email sequence, and the reviews piling up on the app and the landing page kept doing quiet work of their own, person to person, without us touching anything. For that month of May, we generated about $157 in net proceeds. What that means is $157 after Apple and Google had taken their commission. So if you think about it, we actually made almost $200 in gross terms across 18 separate sales for zero additional ad spend. The number isn't really the headline though. The headline is that this entire process, cold strangers found through paid targeting, landing on a page that did not exist 3 months ago, nurtured by an email sequence and word of mouth long after the ad budget ran out, simply did not exist for Doreen as a print-only author. It does now, and it's still paying off with or without us spending another dollar. Here's the more accurate way to put it. A landing page, an ad campaign, an email capture, none of those are exclusive to apps. You could build all of that around the print book too. What's different is what's waiting on the other side of that landing page. With the print book alone, the most that landing page can ever do is send someone to buy a paperback, a single sale with no way to see who bought it or what happens next. With the app, that same landing page leads to in-app purchases we can track in real time, a dashboard that shows exactly who's buying and from where, and a product that we can keep adding to without printing a new copy. And none of this replaces the paperback or print copy either. A reader who finds Doreen through this landing page, watches her intro video, or reads a review might just as easily go buy the print book afterward. That part stays wide open the whole time. The print book gave Doreen something worth marketing. The app gave her a second product and an audience that can find either one. That's the whole point of repurposing. Not trading the book in, no, but giving it a second way to be found and a second way to earn from the work already done. The month of June came in ahead of May. Part of that is tied to something that played out over the last few weeks. Cape Verde's run in the World Cup, which came to an end against Argentina. That doesn't make the story any less worth telling. If anything, now I get to show you the whole start to finish. In the next video, I'll walk you through exactly how we used a brand new feature in the app plus that growing list to react to that moment in real time. That one surprised even me. If you want to see how this could work for your own book, grab the free blueprint linked below. It works through exactly this kind of repurposing. See you in the next video.